In a world driven by likes, shares, and viral moments, beauty trends have taken center stage on social media. With just one swipe, you'll see influencers applying kitchen ingredients to their faces, teens using suction cups to plump their lips, and millions following these hacks without questioning the risks. What was once a carefully curated routine guided by dermatologists and professionals has now turned into a global experiment, led by unverified influencers and unpredictable outcomes. But behind the glamour, filters, and glowing skin lies a darker truth, one that could be silently damaging your health, your skin, and your confidence. Have you ever tried a trending beauty hack you saw online and felt an immediate burning sensation on your skin? Or maybe you noticed unusual breakouts after trying a new face mask made of lemon and baking soda, even though the influencer claimed it worked wonders. You're not alone. What you might not realize is that some of the most viral beauty tricks, no matter how popular or natural they may seem, can come with hidden health dangers that could leave lasting scars, not just on your skin, but on your body and overall wellness. Let's face it, the pressure to look perfect in a digital world is higher than ever. People are seeking instant solutions, shortcuts to clear skin, fuller lips, and whiter teeth. The promise of fast results is tempting, but while social media delivers these solutions in glossy 30-second clips, it doesn't show the aftermath. The redness, the stinging, the damage that builds up slowly until it's too late. Trends that start as harmless fun can spiral into harmful routines, especially when performed without proper knowledge or medical advice. Think about it. When did skincare become a DIY science experiment? When did we start trusting random internet personalities over certified dermatologists? We're applying glue to our faces, scrubbing our lips raw with cinnamon, and using petroleum jelly as an overnight miracle, all because we saw someone with flawless skin do it on TikTok. But what we don't see are the skin infections, allergic reactions, clogged pores, and chemical burns that many experience behind the scenes. These aren't just beauty fails, they're serious health concerns. And yet, the benefits of some of these trends can't be denied. Ice facials, when done correctly, can reduce puffiness. Slugging can deeply hydrate dry skin. But the line between help and harm is razor thin, and without the right guidance, we're more likely to cross into danger than achieve the glowing results we were promised. What works for one skin type might destroy another. What looks good on camera could be damaging you off screen. The beauty industry has always evolved, but now it's evolving faster than our ability to assess its safety. Social media algorithms reward what's shocking, fast, and visually dramatic, not what's scientifically safe. And that leaves millions following advice that hasn't been tested, regulated, or even verified. A trend that went viral last week might be quietly recalled next week after reports of severe skin reactions, yet the damage is already done for those who tried it early. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. It's about giving your health as much importance as your appearance. Because beauty should be about confidence, not compromise. It should enhance your life, not risk it. So before you try that next trending mask or serum, ask yourself, is this truly safe for me? Is this backed by facts or just by views? In this video, we're diving deep into the world of viral beauty trends, the ones that promise miracles but may secretly bring harm. We'll uncover the health benefits, the hidden dangers, and the science behind each practice. From skin slugging to DIY whitening tricks, from extreme exfoliation to using SPF as a makeup highlighter, we're breaking down what's safe, what's risky, and what you absolutely need to avoid. Whether you're a beauty lover, a skincare junkie, or just someone who wants to look their best without damaging their health, this video is your wake-up call. It's time to separate fact from fiction, trends from truth, and beauty from blind following. Don't let a viral moment turn into a lifelong regret. Stay informed, stay safe, and most importantly, stay beautiful the smart way. Because the real glow-up doesn't come from hacks. It comes from understanding your body, respecting your skin, and protecting your health while you aim for that flawless look. The likes will fade, the views will slow, but the effects of what you do to your body will last. So let's talk about the hidden health risks and benefits of the beauty trends you've been tempted to try. What's really behind that filter-perfect glow? Let's find out before it's too late. Point 1. DIY skincare hacks. DIY skincare has exploded across social media platforms, with millions of people attempting homemade remedies using kitchen ingredients in hopes of achieving radiant, flawless skin. On the surface, these methods may seem harmless. After all, what could go wrong with natural ingredients like honey, turmeric, or lemon? But beneath the surface of these viral videos lies a dangerous truth. DIY skincare hacks may carry serious health risks that aren't always visible right away. Let's break down the truth behind these trends and understand how they affect your body, your skin, and your long-term health. You've seen the videos. Someone with glowing skin shares their secret recipe for an acne-fighting face mask made with lemon juice, baking soda, and toothpaste. They promise overnight results. They claim it changed their life. You might feel tempted to try it. After all, why not? It's cheap, it's natural, and it's just lying around in your kitchen. But what social media doesn't show are the thousands of people who tried that same remedy and ended up with chemical burns, allergic reactions, and worsened skin conditions. Take lemon juice, for instance. It's packed with vitamin C and antioxidants, and some believe it can brighten the skin. But lemon is also highly acidic, with a pH of around 2. That means when you apply it directly to your face, it can disrupt your skin's natural barrier. This barrier, known as the acid mantle, protects your skin from environmental stressors, bacteria, and moisture loss. Once it's damaged, your skin becomes more sensitive, more irritated, and more prone to breakouts, redness, and even long-term damage. Worse, applying lemon and then going out in the sun can trigger a condition called phytophotodermatitis, a painful skin reaction that leads to burning, blistering, and pigmentation. Baking soda is another common ingredient in DIY skincare routines. It's often praised for its exfoliating and acne-fighting properties. But baking soda is highly alkaline, with a pH of around 9. When you use it on your face, it completely throws off your skin's natural balance. Instead of helping, it strips away essential oils, dehydrates the skin, and leaves it vulnerable to infection. What you think is exfoliation might actually be microdamage that leads to long-term issues like scarring and increased sensitivity. And then there's toothpaste, one of the most common DIY spot treatments for pimples, especially among teens and young adults. The logic? Toothpaste dries out acne, so it must work. The reality? Toothpaste is not formulated for skin. It contains harsh ingredients like hydrogen peroxide, menthol, alcohol, and baking soda, substances meant to clean teeth, not skin. When used on the face, it can cause burns, severe dryness, inflammation, and in some cases, permanent discoloration. Many dermatologists have warned against using toothpaste on pimples, yet the trend continues to thrive on social platforms. Turmeric is often hailed as a miracle ingredient for glowing skin. And yes, turmeric does have proven anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. But applying raw turmeric directly to your face without proper preparation can cause staining, irritation, and allergic reactions. The bright yellow pigment can linger on the skin for days, making you appear jaundiced rather than radiant. Even worse, those with turmeric sensitivity might develop rashes, itching, or swelling. Yet influencers often skip the warnings, leaving viewers unaware of the possible side effects. Why do these trends become so popular despite the risks? The answer lies in visual appeal and quick results. People love the idea of fixing their skin with things they already have at home. There's a sense of control, affordability, and accessibility, but this convenience comes at a cost. Social media rarely shows the scientific side of skincare. It thrives on views and engagement, not evidence or safety. As a result, harmful practices get normalized and misinformation spreads like wildfire. Another major concern is the lack of personalization in DIY skincare. What works for one person may not work for another. Skin types vary. Some are oily, some are dry, some are sensitive, and some are a mix of all three. A homemade scrub that someone swears by might leave another person with painful inflammation or even permanent damage. Without proper understanding of your skin type and the ingredients' effects, you're playing a dangerous guessing game with your health. There are also hygiene concerns. Mixing kitchen ingredients without sterilization can introduce bacteria into the skin, leading to infections. Masks stored in unclean containers or applied with unwashed hands can do more harm than good. And because DIY skincare lacks the rigorous testing that commercial products undergo, there's no way to ensure consistency, safety, or effectiveness. It's also important to understand the psychological impact of DIY skincare gone wrong. Imagine someone trying a lemon and baking soda mask they saw online, only to develop a rash or pigmentation. Their self-esteem takes a hit. They feel embarrassed. They might avoid social situations or stop trying skincare altogether. This emotional toll can be severe, especially for teenagers and young adults who are still developing their confidence and sense of self-worth. Now let's talk about long-term damage. Repeated use of harsh ingredients can lead to chronic skin conditions. Over-exfoliation with sugar scrubs or baking soda can thin the skin, making it more sensitive to sunlight, pollution, and aging. Using acidic ingredients like lemon or vinegar regularly can result in hyperpigmentation, especially for individuals with darker skin tones. These effects are not reversible overnight. Some people spend years and hundreds of dollars trying to fix the damage caused by one viral trend. Even more concerning is when people mix multiple DIY treatments at once. They might try turmeric one day, lemon the next, then baking soda and toothpaste. This cocktail of untested ingredients creates chaos for the skin. Instead of healing, they end up causing inflammation, redness, and an impaired barrier. It's no wonder so many people end up at dermatologists' offices after following TikTok hacks. But it's not all doom and gloom. Some natural remedies can be beneficial if used properly. Ingredients like honey, aloe vera, and oatmeal have soothing properties and are used in many dermatologist-approved products. But the key difference is knowledge and moderation. Even with natural ingredients, knowing how to use them, in what concentration, and for what skin type is essential. The best advice? Don't blindly follow trends. Always do a patch test before applying anything to your face. Consult with a dermatologist if you're unsure. And remember, just because something is natural doesn't mean it's safe. Arsenic is natural, so is poison ivy. The word natural is not a guarantee of safety, especially when it comes to your health. The skin is your body's largest organ. It protects you, breathes for you, regulates your temperature, and reflects your overall health. Treating it like a science experiment can lead to consequences far worse than a few pimples. So the next time you see a miracle mask made from 3 ingredients in your kitchen, pause and think. Ask yourself, is it worth the risk? Is it worth damaging your skin just for a quick fix? Beauty is not about shortcuts. It's about care, patience, and responsibility. DIY skincare hacks may seem innocent. They may even work temporarily, but when it comes to long-term health, they're a gamble you might regret. Your skin deserves more than untested trends. It deserves the truth backed by science, safety, and self-respect. So stay informed, stay cautious, and give your skin the care it truly needs, not what social media tells you it wants. Point 2. Skin slugging. Skin slugging has become one of the most popular beauty trends in recent years, especially among those searching for dewy, glowing, and intensely moisturized skin. This viral skincare method involves applying a thick layer of an occlusive agent, typically petroleum jelly, over your entire face as the last step in your nighttime routine. It's called slugging because the result leaves your skin looking shiny and slick, like a slug. On the surface, this might seem like a harmless or even beneficial habit. After all, what's wrong with locking in moisture? But as with most beauty trends, the truth is layered. While slugging has its benefits for certain skin types, it also carries hidden risks that can lead to serious skin problems when misused. Let's explore the real impact of slugging on your health and skin, far beyond what you see in quick viral videos. At its core, slugging is built on the idea of sealing moisture into the skin. The theory is simple. After cleansing and applying serums or moisturizers, you trap all that hydration in with an occlusive product, most commonly petroleum jelly. This creates a barrier that prevents water loss overnight, giving your skin more time to repair and regenerate. The next morning, your skin should feel plump, hydrated, and soft. And in many cases, that's exactly what happens. But there's a lot more to the story. Let's begin with the benefits. For people with dry, sensitive, or compromised skin barriers, slugging can be incredibly helpful. By reducing transepidermal water loss, TUL, slugging helps the skin retain moisture during sleep. This is especially useful during cold weather or in environments with low humidity, where skin is more prone to drying out. Slugging also benefits those with conditions like eczema or rosacea, as it helps soothe irritation and reduce flare-ups when used correctly and under supervision. Another reason slugging is appealing is because of its simplicity. You don't need expensive products or complicated routines. A small jar of petroleum jelly can transform your skin overnight if you're the right candidate. But this is where the problem begins. Slugging is not a one-size-fits-all solution. And when applied to the wrong skin type or in the wrong conditions, it can cause a cascade of health and skin issues. First, let's talk about clogged pores. Petroleum jelly is non-comedogenic, which means it's not supposed to clog pores. However, this doesn't apply universally. If your skin is acne-prone, oily, or prone to congestion, slugging can trap not just moisture, but also dirt, bacteria, and dead skin cells. This creates a perfect environment for breakouts. Many people who try slugging for the first time wake up with bumps, blackheads, or full-blown acne, especially around the T-zone. It's not the petroleum jelly itself that's causing the issue. It's what's trapped underneath it. Another major concern is that slugging can interfere with your skin's natural renewal process. During sleep, your skin works to shed dead cells and purge impurities. If you seal everything under a thick layer of jelly, you might slow this process down. Instead of encouraging cell turnover, you're halting it, especially if you're not exfoliating properly beforehand. Over time, this can lead to dullness, uneven texture, and increased sensitivity. There's also a misconception that slugging can replace all other steps in your routine. Some people skip essential products like moisturizers, serums, or exfoliants, thinking that petroleum jelly is enough. But occlusives don't provide hydration on their own. They only trap what's already there. If your skin is dry and dehydrated to begin with, slugging won't magically fix it. In fact, it might make it worse by sealing in dryness or disrupting the balance of your skin's natural oils. Environmental factors also play a role. In hot or humid climates, slugging can make your skin sweat excessively under the occlusive barrier. This trapped moisture can lead to bacterial or fungal infections. Some people have reported developing rashes, irritation, or even milia, tiny white bumps caused by clogged sweat ducts, after slugging in tropical or humid areas. Without proper ventilation, your skin essentially suffocates under the layer of product. The type of petroleum jelly used also matters. While brands like Vaseline are triple purified and considered safe for cosmetic use, not all products on the market are created equal. Some off-brand or improperly manufactured petroleum jellies may contain impurities or irritants that can harm your skin. And if you're using slugging in combination with active ingredients like retinoids, acids, or vitamin C, you need to be extremely careful. Occlusives can enhance the penetration of these ingredients, potentially leading to irritation, chemical burns, or increased sensitivity. Then there's the issue of hygiene. Slugging requires a clean base. Your face must be thoroughly washed and free from bacteria, dirt, and leftover makeup. If you apply petroleum jelly over a face that hasn't been properly cleansed, you're trapping all that grime under the surface. This can result in infections, inflammation, and worsening of existing skin conditions. Something as minor as a missed patch of mascara or leftover SPF could turn into a breeding ground for bacteria under the occlusive layer. Now consider the psychological impact. Beauty trends like slugging promise instant gratification, and when people see glowing skin after one night, they become hooked. But what happens when the results stop appearing? When the skin plateaus or begins reacting negatively? Many individuals panic and start adding more products, layering acids, exfoliating aggressively, or slugging more frequently. This can lead to product overload, skin fatigue, and damaged barriers. What began as a gentle trend can spiral into a harmful cycle of overuse and confusion. There are also environmental and ethical considerations. Petroleum jelly is derived from petroleum, a non-renewable fossil fuel. While it's safe for topical use in its purified form, its production and overconsumption raise concerns about sustainability. In a world becoming increasingly conscious about eco-friendly skincare, heavy reliance on petroleum-based products isn't ideal. Some users have shifted to plant-based occlusives like shea butter or squalane, but these come with their own sets of pros and cons. So how do you know if slugging is right for you? It starts with understanding your skin type. If you have dry, sensitive, or compromised skin, slugging might help restore your barrier, especially during cold, dry seasons. But if your skin is oily, acne-prone, or you live in a humid climate, proceed with caution. Always patch test first. Start with a small area and never slug every night without monitoring your skin's response. Cleanse thoroughly. Avoid layering actives right before slugging unless recommended by a dermatologist. And always listen to your skin. It speaks louder than trends. Slugging, when done correctly, can be a skin saver, but when misapplied or overused, it can become a skin saboteur. The key is balance, knowledge, and moderation. Don't be swayed by flawless before and after photos that skip the reality in between. Everyone's skin is different, and what works for one person could cause chaos for another. Viral beauty doesn't always mean verified beauty. Ultimately, the goal of skincare should be to support your skin's health, not to chase the latest shiny trend at the expense of safety. Your skin is smart. It knows how to heal, how to protect you, and how to regenerate. But it needs the right tools, not just the trending ones. Slugging isn't magic. It's a method. And like all methods, it requires understanding, respect, and responsibility. So before you slather on that layer of jelly tonight, ask yourself, is my skin asking for moisture, or am I just following a trend? Have I prepared my skin properly? Is this truly benefiting me, or could it be doing more harm than good? Let your skincare be intentional, informed, and rooted in care, not just in what's popular. Your skin is your story. Make sure you're writing it with knowledge, not with fads. Slug wisely, or don't slug at all. The choice should always be yours, guided by what your skin truly needs, not what the algorithm tells you it wants. Point 3. Ice facials and ice rolling. Ice facials and ice rolling have taken over the beauty world with promises of tighter pores, reduced puffiness, and that sought-after glow. All over social media, you'll see influencers gliding frozen cubes across their faces, dipping their skin into icy bowls of water, or using metal rollers, chilled in freezers. These cold-based beauty treatments are trending for a reason. They're cheap, quick, and deliver instant results. But behind the cooling sensation and visual appeal lies a deeper story. A story that includes both real benefits and underestimated risks. In this point, we'll go beyond the surface, diving into the science of how cold therapy affects your skin and what dangers may be hiding beneath the ice. Let's start with the appeal. Why are ice facials so popular? For one, they deliver immediate results. Within minutes, the face looks less swollen, under eye bags deflate, and the skin appears brighter. That's because cold constricts blood vessels, reducing inflammation and swelling. This temporary vasoconstriction makes the skin look tighter and smoother, which is why many people use ice before makeup or after waking up with a puffy face. Ice also numbs nerve endings, which can temporarily ease itching or discomfort from certain skin conditions. And since ice is free and accessible, people from all over the world can try this trend without needing expensive equipment or complicated routines. Then there's the ice roller, a sleek, reusable tool that you keep in the freezer and apply to the face in gentle strokes. It offers the same cooling benefits, but in a more controlled and hygienic way. Ice rollers have been used not only in skincare, but also in post-surgical procedures to help manage swelling and bruising. They feel luxurious, they look Instagram-worthy, and they make you feel like you're giving your skin a spa-level treatment from home. Sounds like a win-win, right? But here's the problem. Ice facials and ice rolling aren't as harmless as they seem. Cold therapy, while effective in moderation, can become dangerous if misused. And the risks, often ignored in viral videos, can leave lasting damage to the skin. The first and most immediate danger is ice burn, a condition similar to frostbite. When ice or frozen metal is applied directly to the skin for too long, it can freeze the upper layers of the skin tissue. This can lead to burning sensations, redness, peeling, or even blistering. The skin becomes damaged, inflamed, and in severe cases, permanently scarred. Many people, in search of longer-lasting results, make the mistake of holding ice in one place or pressing it too hard. This is especially risky for those with thinner or more sensitive skin. Another hidden danger is broken capillaries. While ice initially constricts blood vessels, rapid temperature changes and improper use can cause these vessels to dilate and burst. This results in red, spider-like veins appearing across the cheeks, nose, or chin, tiny lines that are difficult to treat and often permanent without medical intervention. People with rosacea or naturally sensitive skin are particularly at risk. What started as a calming treatment can quickly turn into a vascular nightmare. And then there's the risk of numbness and nerve damage. Overexposure to extreme cold can affect superficial nerves on the face, especially around the eyes and cheeks. Continuous numbness, tingling, or loss of sensation is a sign that you may be causing more harm than good. Even ice rollers, if used straight from the freezer without a short thawing period, can be cold enough to shock the skin and disturb its natural balance. People often overlook hygiene when performing ice facials. Using ice made from tap water, frozen in trays that aren't regularly cleaned, can introduce bacteria to the face. The skin, especially if already inflamed or compromised, becomes a gateway for infections. Even ice rollers need to be disinfected after every use. Otherwise, you risk spreading bacteria across your face, leading to breakouts, rashes, or bacterial folliculitis, a condition where hair follicles become infected and inflamed. Moreover, ice facials can backfire if you have underlying skin conditions. People with eczema, dermatitis, or rosacea often think the cooling effect will soothe their skin. And while it might feel good at first, the sudden change in temperature can trigger flare-ups. Cold constricts and then expands blood vessels, which can increase redness, irritation, and sensitivity over time. Let's not forget the psychological trap. Because ice facials show instant results, like reduced puffiness, temporarily brighter skin, many people become reliant on them, using ice as a quick fix instead of addressing the root causes of their skin issues. Puffiness, for example, can be linked to dehydration, poor sleep, diet, or sinus issues. Using ice to mask it won't solve the problem. In fact, overuse of ice can weaken the skin's resilience and make it dependent on external stimulation for that refreshed look. There's also a growing trend of ice baths for the face, where people dunk their heads in icy water for 30 seconds or longer. While this may offer temporary circulation boosts, it can also trigger dizziness, lightheadedness, or even fainting, especially in individuals with low blood pressure or circulatory problems. The shock of cold water to the facial nerves can impact heart rate and breathing. It's not just about your skin anymore, it's about your body's internal response to cold exposure. Another concerning trend is adding ingredients like lemon, rose petals, or milk to ice cubes for added skincare benefits. While the idea sounds luxurious, these additives can increase the chance of allergic reactions, bacterial contamination, or irritation, especially if the ingredients are not filtered, fresh, or skin-safe. A cube of lemon-infused ice may look pretty in a video, but the acidity of lemon, combined with extreme cold, can severely irritate and sensitize your skin. On the flip side, when used responsibly and with proper precautions, ice facials and ice rolling can offer some real skin-friendly benefits. They can calm inflammation after waxing or tweezing, reduce swelling after a breakout, and even prepare the skin for makeup by tightening the surface. The key word here is moderation. So how do you practice cold therapy safely? Start by never applying ice directly to your skin. Always wrap it in a thin cloth or paper towel to create a barrier. Limit application to 1 to 2 minutes per area, and avoid holding ice in one spot. For ice rollers, allow them to sit at room temperature for 1 to 2 minutes after taking them out of the freezer before using them. This minimizes the shock and allows the cold to work more gently. Disinfect all tools before and after use. Use purified water for homemade ice cubes and avoid adding unnecessary ingredients unless they've been dermatologist approved. Be cautious around the eyes and other sensitive areas. Avoid using ice if you have open wounds, broken skin, or active infections. Always follow up with a gentle moisturizer, as cold therapy can temporarily constrict oil production, leaving skin dry or tight afterward. And never use ice facials as a daily ritual. Once or twice a week is more than enough for most skin types. Also, be honest with yourself about why you're using ice. If it's to reduce puffiness from lack of sleep, maybe it's time to prioritize rest. If it's to soothe inflamed skin, consider addressing your routine's triggers first. Ice should complement your skincare, not cover up bad habits or deeper issues. Remember, just because something feels good doesn't mean it's good for you long term. Cold therapy, when misused, can cause cumulative damage. What starts as a refreshing chill can lead to chronic sensitivity, broken vessels, and unhealthy skin habits. Social media tends to glorify the momentary glow, but your skin deserves care that goes beyond short-term shine. In the end, ice facials and rollers are tools, not solutions. They can assist your skincare journey, but they are not replacements for balanced routines, healthy habits, and proper skin education. Don't let the trend blind you to the truth. Every face is different. What cools one complexion can freeze another. So treat your skin with the respect it deserves. Use ice wisely or not at all. Your skin will thank you, not just tomorrow, but for years to come. Point 4. At-home microneedling and derma-rolling. At-home microneedling and derma-rolling have become go-to solutions for people seeking smoother skin, reduced wrinkles, and minimized scars, all from the comfort of their own homes. The appeal is obvious. These treatments promise professional-level results without the cost or downtime of a dermatologist visit. Videos flood social media, showing users running small rollers studded with tiny needles across their faces, claiming overnight transformations. With just a few passes, they say, your skin will begin to heal itself, become firmer, and look younger. But beneath the trend's surface lies a deeper truth, one filled with real science, misunderstood techniques, and hidden risks that can damage your skin more than they help it. Let's begin with the basics. Microneedling is a cosmetic procedure that involves pricking the skin with tiny, sterilized needles. This controlled injury stimulates collagen and elastin production, which helps the skin heal itself. In clinical settings, dermatologists use tools like dermapens or rollers with carefully chosen needle lengths, performed under strict sanitary protocols. The result? Improved texture, reduced acne scars, and a more youthful appearance over time. But what happens when this procedure, once restricted to trained professionals, enters the hands of everyday users without medical oversight? That's where the dangers begin. At-home derma rollers, available on countless websites, are marketed as quick-fix tools for collagen production, even skin tone, and improved product absorption. Most people aren't trained in skin anatomy, hygiene practices, or needle depth. They simply watch a 60-second video and start rolling without understanding the consequences. Let's break down the benefits first. When used correctly, microneedling can encourage skin regeneration, improve hyperpigmentation, and allow deeper penetration of serums. It can help minimize large pores and stimulate hair growth when used on the scalp. For people with acne scarring or early signs of aging, it offers a sense of hope, a non-invasive way to rejuvenate their appearance. But these benefits come with strict guidelines, precision, and patience. Without them, what starts as self-care can quickly spiral into self-harm. One of the most immediate risks is infection. The skin is your body's first line of defense. Microneedling breaks that barrier by creating hundreds of tiny punctures. If your device isn't sterile, or if your skin isn't properly cleansed beforehand, you're inviting bacteria, dirt, and oils into deeper layers of the skin. This can lead to serious infections like folliculitis, cellulitis, or in some cases, even staph. Many users skip proper sanitation steps, reusing derma rollers without disinfecting them or storing them in open containers. That oversight can leave lasting consequences on your health. Then there's the issue of incorrect needle depth. Professional microneedling tools allow experts to control the depth of needle penetration, depending on the treatment area and skin condition. At-home rollers don't offer that precision. People often use longer needles, thinking it will bring faster results. But deeper penetration increases the risk of bleeding, bruising, and scarring. The delicate skin under your eyes or on your forehead is far more fragile than your cheeks or jawline. One mistake in pressure or technique can cause microtears, hyperpigmentation, or permanent texture irregularities. Many users also misunderstand frequency. Professional treatments are spaced weeks apart to allow the skin to heal and rebuild. But at home, people often use derma rollers several times a week, thinking they're accelerating progress. In reality, they're weakening the skin's barrier, causing chronic inflammation and setting the stage for premature aging. Instead of promoting healing, they're triggering repeated trauma, leaving their skin more vulnerable than before. The trend also feeds off a dangerous myth that microneedling boosts product absorption, and therefore applying serums or actives immediately after will maximize results. While it's true that microneedling increases permeability, this can be a double-edged sword. Applying strong actives like retinol, vitamin C, or acids on freshly punctured skin can lead to chemical burns, severe irritation, and allergic reactions. What was meant to enhance your routine may instead sabotage it entirely. Another hidden danger is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, PIH. For individuals with darker skin tones, any trauma to the skin, especially repeated or uncontrolled trauma, can trigger melanin overproduction. This results in dark spots that are difficult to fade. Many people assume microneedling is safe for all skin tones without realizing the importance of professional evaluation. What was meant to even out your complexion may worsen discoloration if done incorrectly. Let's talk about scarring. Yes, the very thing people try to treat with microneedling can be worsened by improper technique. Aggressive rolling, using too much pressure, or microneedling over active acne can rupture the skin and leave it permanently damaged. Acne isn't just surface level, it's an inflamed infection. Using needles over it spreads bacteria and deepens the inflammation. This can lead to cystic flare-ups and permanent scarring that no amount of collagen can reverse. The psychological aspect of this trend also deserves attention. Many people, especially teens and young adults, become obsessed with the idea of fast results. They microneedle obsessively, believing that more sessions will speed up their journey to perfect skin. But skin healing is not linear. It takes time, rest, and a balanced routine. Overdoing it leads to burnout, not just of your skin, but your self-esteem. When results don't appear, or worse, when damage occurs, it triggers feelings of regret, embarrassment, and frustration. What was meant to empower becomes a source of anxiety. There's also a dangerous black market for low-quality derma rollers. Some are made with poorly manufactured needles that are blunt or uneven. Instead of creating clean microchannels, they cause jagged tears. These devices are sold without safety certifications, sterilization guarantees, or return policies. People unknowingly use them, thinking they've found a cheap alternative to in-clinic treatments. In reality, they're damaging their skin every time they roll. Even the environment matters. If you're microneedling in a warm, humid bathroom filled with steam and bacteria, you're increasing the risk of infection. If your hands aren't washed, if your face isn't completely free from makeup, or if your towel is unclean, every detail adds up. Skincare isn't just about what you apply. It's about how clean, controlled, and cautious you are while applying it. So how can microneedling be done safely, if at all? It starts with education. Understand your skin type, your skin concerns, and your sensitivity. Start with short needles, under 0.3 millimeters, and never use them on broken, irritated, or acne-prone skin. Disinfect your roller with isopropyl alcohol before and after every use. Use it only once every few weeks, and monitor your skin's response. Avoid actives immediately after microneedling. Stick to soothing, fragrance-free products like hyaluronic acid or ceramides. And most importantly, know when to stop. If your skin is red, sore, or inflamed, let it rest. More isn't always better. If you're dealing with severe acne scars, deep wrinkles, or major pigmentation issues, consult a licensed professional. In-office microneedling offers safer, more effective results under controlled conditions. Professionals use numbing creams, sterile equipment, and post-care protocols designed to reduce risks. Sometimes, investing in one professional treatment is worth far more than months of risky DIY efforts. Microneedling is a powerful tool, but in the wrong hands, it becomes a weapon. The skin you're trying to heal may end up more damaged than before. The results you crave may be delayed by the trauma you unknowingly cause. So ask yourself before the next roll. Am I informed? Am I safe? Am I respecting my skin or rushing it? Your skin is not a test subject. It's a living organ. It responds to trauma, it reacts to environment, and it remembers every mistake. Treat it with the care it deserves. Use tools, not trends. Follow science, not shortcuts. And if you truly want results, trust knowledge over noise. Because real beauty doesn't come from piercing the surface. It comes from protecting it. So derma roll wisely, or don't roll at all. Your skin will thank you, not just today, but for the rest of your life. Point 5. Lip plumping challenges and hacks. Full lips have become one of the most coveted beauty features in the modern age, driven largely by celebrities, influencers, and viral trends. Social media is flooded with tutorials and challenges aimed at achieving plump, pouty lips, often without the use of professional cosmetic procedures. From using suction devices and bottle caps to rubbing spicy ingredients like cinnamon or cayenne pepper on the lips, these hacks promise instant results. But beneath the trend lies a concerning reality. What seems like a harmless beauty experiment can quickly turn into a dangerous practice, leading to long-term damage, pain, and irreversible consequences. In this point, we'll uncover the hidden health risks and misunderstood science behind viral lip-plumping hacks, and the few real, safe benefits they may offer. Let's start with the trend that kicked off an entire movement, the lip suction challenge. Popularized by the Kylie Jenner lip challenge years ago, this viral dare encouraged users to place their lips inside a shot glass or bottle and suck in air to create a vacuum. The pressure would cause blood to rush to the lips, swelling them up temporarily and giving the illusion of a cosmetic filler. The results were immediate and in some cases extreme. Lips doubled or even tripled in size within minutes. Videos went viral. Likes poured in. But so did horror stories. The science behind this trend is simple. Suction creates negative pressure, which causes capillaries in the lips to dilate and burst. The temporary swelling is the result of inflammation and microtrauma. But what most people don't realize is that this kind of trauma doesn't always go away cleanly. Broken capillaries can remain visible long after the swelling subsides. In more serious cases, users have reported bruising, bleeding, and severe pain. Some even experienced lip lacerations and permanent scarring. Others required medical intervention for infections and tissue damage. This was not beauty. It was injury disguised as trend. Another common method involves the use of lip-plumping devices, tools that create controlled suction using a pump or mouthpiece. While some of these are marketed as safer alternatives to DIY bottle hacks, the underlying mechanism remains the same. Apply vacuum, increase blood flow, swell lips. Even when designed for cosmetic use, these devices carry the same risks of overuse, capillary damage, and skin trauma. People assume that because the product is sold in a box, it must be safe. But without guidance on how long to use it, how frequently to repeat the process, or what signs of damage to look for, users end up hurting themselves in pursuit of a fuller pout. Then there are the topical plumping hacks, often involving spicy or irritating ingredients like cinnamon, cayenne pepper, peppermint oil, ginger, or even wasabi. These substances work by irritating the skin and increasing blood flow to the area, causing temporary swelling and redness. The tingling sensation is often misinterpreted as activation, and the visual puffiness is celebrated as success. But let's break this down honestly. Your lips are extremely sensitive. The skin is thinner and more delicate than the rest of your face. When you apply irritants to them, you're triggering a mild inflammatory response. Yes, that makes them swell, but at the cost of barrier damage. Repeated use of these spicy substances can lead to chronic dryness, cracking, peeling, and even contact dermatitis. For some users, the reaction goes beyond tingling and turns into burning, blistering, or allergic outbreaks. Cinnamon and peppermint are common allergens, especially in concentrated or undiluted forms. So that DIY lip plumper you saw online may do more than puff up your lips. It could leave you with days of pain, redness, and regret. And what happens when these methods are used repeatedly? Your lips develop a tolerance. They stop reacting the same way. Users respond by increasing the pressure, applying more irritants, or using these methods more frequently. This leads to chronic inflammation, a state where your lips remain slightly swollen, red, and irritated, not from beauty, but from trauma. Over time, this damages the natural collagen and elasticity of the lips, making them look older and more wrinkled. The very look you were chasing begins to slip away, and no viral hack can bring it back. There's also a deeper psychological cost. The beauty standard that celebrates exaggerated lip volume can lead to body dysmorphia, where individuals become obsessed with changing their appearance, believing their natural features aren't enough. When temporary plumping stops working, many feel pressure to move on to fillers, even when they're not ready. And when fillers aren't an option, the desperation leads people to keep trying riskier hacks. This cycle can cause anxiety, obsession, and emotional distress. Even commercial lip-plumping glosses, which are marketed as safe, have their limits. Many contain capsaicin from chili peppers, niacin, or menthol, which create a stinging sensation and cause mild swelling. While these are generally safer than DIY spice mixtures, they can still lead to irritation, especially if overused. People with sensitive skin or lip eczema are particularly vulnerable, and repeated irritation weakens the lip barrier, making lips more prone to dryness, sun damage, and infections. It's important to mention that there are some safe and effective ways to enhance the look of your lips without risking your health. Lip liner can create the illusion of fullness. Hydrating lip balms with hyaluronic acid or peptides can improve natural plumpness over time. Exfoliating gently with a sugar scrub can smooth the surface and make lips appear more defined. These methods support the health of your lips while enhancing their appearance. No pain required. Still, none of these techniques will give you the extreme results shown in viral videos. And that's the trap. The internet thrives on shock value, dramatic before and after transformations, and unrealistic beauty standards. What you don't see are the ice packs, ointments, and tears that come after the camera stops rolling. What you're not told is how many people quietly suffer from the damage these trends leave behind. In the medical world, lip enhancement is a procedure performed by trained professionals using sterile equipment and approved fillers. It's done with knowledge of facial anatomy, understanding of symmetry, and awareness of risks. Even then, complications like vascular occlusion or allergic reactions can occur. So imagine the dangers when untrained individuals attempt to replicate these effects using suction, spice, and pressure. Let's not forget the long-term risks. Chronic trauma to the lips can lead to fibrosis, a condition where repeated inflammation causes tissue hardening and scarring. This not only affects the appearance, but also the function of the lips, leading to stiffness, discomfort, or even difficulty speaking or eating in severe cases. While rare, these outcomes highlight the seriousness of tampering with your body in ways that aren't meant to be long-term solutions. So how do you navigate this world of lip plumping safely? Start by asking yourself why you want fuller lips. Is it for you, or is it to match an ideal pushed by filtered videos and social pressure? Next, avoid any method that causes pain, bruising, or burns. Skip the suction devices, spicy scrubs, and pressure-based hacks. Instead, invest in gentle exfoliants, hydrating products, and makeup techniques that enhance your natural beauty without causing harm. And if you're truly interested in a more permanent change, consult a qualified medical professional. A licensed dermatologist or cosmetic surgeon can guide you through your options, assess your suitability, and most importantly, keep you safe. You may find that with the right advice, you don't need drastic changes at all. Your lips are more than a beauty feature. They are a delicate, functional, and expressive part of your body. They deserve care, not trauma. Health, not harm. So before you reach for that suction cup or whip up another spicy scrub, pause and ask, what am I really doing to myself? Trends come and go, but your body remains. Treat it with respect, not recklessness. Let your beauty be defined by care, not by pressure, literal or figurative. Your lips don't need to be plumped by pain to be beautiful. They just need to be protected. Point 6. DIY teeth whitening trends. White teeth have long symbolized beauty, health, and confidence. In the age of selfies, HD cameras, and constant online visibility, the pressure to have a gleaming smile is more intense than ever. As professional whitening treatments can be expensive and time-consuming, many turn to DIY teeth whitening hacks that flood social media, offering quick, affordable, and seemingly natural solutions. From baking soda and hydrogen peroxide mixes to rubbing strawberries or charcoal powder on enamel, these trends claim to brighten your smile in just a few uses. But while the appeal is strong, the risks to your dental and overall health are real and often irreversible. In this point, we uncover the hidden dangers, misunderstood chemistry, and long-term effects of DIY teeth whitening trends, and what you need to know before you put anything on your teeth that didn't come from a dentist. Let's begin with the most popular homemade remedy, baking soda. Sodium bicarbonate is a mild abrasive, often used in commercial toothpaste. It helps scrub away surface stains and gives a squeaky clean feeling. But social media takes this a step further, encouraging people to brush with straight-bait baking soda or combine it with lemon juice, hydrogen peroxide, or apple cider vinegar. The results might appear promising at first, but the science reveals a more damaging truth. When used excessively or in raw form, baking soda erodes enamel, the hard outer layer of your teeth that protects against decay. Enamel doesn't grow back. Once it's worn down, the softer, yellow dentin underneath becomes exposed. Your teeth may become more yellow, more sensitive to heat or cold, and more prone to cavities. What you thought was whitening may have been the beginning of permanent damage. Adding lemon juice or vinegar to the mix makes things worse. These acidic substances drastically lower the pH inside your mouth. Acid softens and demineralizes enamel. When combined with abrasives like baking soda, the result is a chemical and a mechanical attack on your teeth. The enamel breaks down faster, leading to irreversible thinning, translucent edges, and increased sensitivity. These acid-based hacks are some of the most harmful trends currently circulating. Another trend is hydrogen peroxide rinsing or brushing. Hydrogen peroxide is indeed a common whitening ingredient, but in controlled concentrations and only under dental supervision. Online, people use food-grade peroxide, sometimes at concentrations as high as 12%, and swish it for several minutes a day or mix it into homemade pastes. This can burn gum tissue, damage inner cheeks, and even affect the root surfaces if the gums have receded. Prolonged exposure to peroxide can also disrupt the oral microbiome, killing beneficial bacteria that protect against infections and help with digestion. Then we have the charcoal powder trend. Marketed as natural and toxin-absorbing, activated charcoal exploded in popularity for detoxifying skin and whitening teeth. Videos of influencers brushing with black powder, then revealing pearly whites, captivated millions. But dentists quickly raised the alarm. Charcoal is highly abrasive. It scrapes the enamel, causing microdamage. Over time, this wears down the protective surface, making teeth more sensitive and vulnerable to staining. Ironically, many users find their teeth become more discolored over time, not because stains returned, but because the enamel thinned and exposed the yellow dentin. Even more worrying, charcoal particles can get lodged between teeth and gums, irritating soft tissue. There's also no credible evidence that charcoal binds to stains or whitens beyond surface-level results. What you're left with is superficial whitening and deeper destruction. Other DIY hacks include using fruit peels like banana, orange, or strawberry as whitening agents. These fruits contain citric acid and malic acid, which can temporarily brighten teeth. But like lemon juice, these acids weaken enamel. When people rub banana peels or crushed strawberries on their teeth, believing they're applying a natural bleach, they're actually exposing their teeth to sugars and acids that promote decalcification and decay. And since these peels aren't antimicrobial or plaque removing, they do nothing to clean the mouth, inviting more bacteria to grow. A particularly dangerous trend is using bleach or whitening agents intended for household cleaning. While rare, some users desperate for whiter teeth have tried diluted bleach or industrial-grade peroxide products. These substances are not designed for the human mouth. Even in trace amounts, they can cause chemical burns, damage mucous membranes, and trigger allergic reactions. There's a reason dentists use professional-grade materials in tiny, controlled doses with protective barriers in place. DIY bleaching without knowledge or protection can be life-threatening. But it's not just about your teeth. Your gums, tongue, inner cheeks, and even throat can suffer from untested whitening methods. Irritants cause inflammation, burning sensations, and peeling. If damage occurs near the gum line, it exposes the roots of your teeth, leading to pain, sensitivity, and increased risk of infection. Many DIY methods also cause tooth dehydration, making your teeth appear temporarily whiter but leaving them brittle and vulnerable. There's also a psychological layer to this trend. Social media filters and photo editing tools have set unrealistic standards for what white teeth look like. People begin comparing their natural ivory tone to artificially bright smiles, believing something is wrong. They chase whiteness without understanding that natural teeth aren't pure white. In fact, overly white teeth can look unnatural and even unhealthy if they glow blue or gray under certain lighting. The obsession with whitening can trigger body dysmorphic tendencies, where individuals become fixated on imperfections no one else notices. This can spiral into overuse of whitening agents, both DIY and commercial. And while professional whitening treatments are generally safe, even these should not be used obsessively. Every time you bleach your teeth, you're altering the structure of enamel. There's always a cost. Despite all this, people continue to risk their dental health for temporary cosmetic gain. Why? Because these trends promise quick results, use natural ingredients, and are glorified by popular figures. The reality is that dental care is complex. Teeth need balance, not brute force. You can't scrub, bleach, or burn your way to a healthy smile. So what's the safe way to achieve whiter teeth? Start with good oral hygiene. Brush twice a day with fluoride toothpaste, floss daily, and see a dentist every 6 months. Professional cleanings remove surface stains without harming enamel. If you're interested in whitening, talk to your dentist about custom trays, LED treatments, or mild whitening strips that are approved by dental associations. You can also boost the brightness of your smile by reducing stain-causing habits. Limit coffee, tea, red wine, and smoking. Rinse your mouth with water after consuming staining foods. Use a straw for dark beverages to minimize contact with teeth. Some whitening toothpastes with low abrasion formulas can gently polish away stains over time. Look for products with the ADA, American Dental Association seal, or your country's equivalent. Use them as directed. More is not better. And most importantly, understand that healthy teeth come in many shades. Slight yellow undertones don't mean your teeth are dirty. They may just be well mineralized and naturally pigmented. Embrace health over perfection. Aim for a clean, strong, pain-free smile, not an artificially white one that cost you your enamel. Your teeth are tools, not ornaments. They chew your food, shape your speech, and influence your digestion and heart health. Damaging them for beauty is a dangerous trade-off, one that no viral video should convince you to make. So before you scrub your smile with baking soda and acid or rinse with peroxide like a mouthwash, ask yourself, is this helping or harming? Is the short-term brightness worth the long-term cost? Your smile is more than just an accessory. It's a vital part of your health. Treat it with care, not shortcuts. Because real confidence doesn't come from the mirror. It comes from strength, function, and health. Brighten wisely or not at all. Your teeth deserve better than trends. They deserve the truth. Point 7. DIY hair dyes and bleaching trends. In the age of viral beauty trends, DIY hair coloring and bleaching have surged in popularity. With just a few clicks, anyone can find tutorials on how to go platinum blonde at home, add rainbow streaks using food coloring, or bleach dark hair into pastel tones. Influencers promise it's cheap, fast, and empowering. And for some, it is. Transforming your hair from home can feel creative and freeing. But what you don't see in those 30-second videos are the burns, breakage, hair loss, scalp infections, and permanent damage caused by improper techniques and unsafe products. In this final point, we'll explore the true risks and misunderstood science behind at-home hair dye and bleach trends, why they appeal, how they go wrong, and how to protect yourself if you ever decide to pick up that box of color. Let's begin with the most common of these trends, at-home bleaching. Bleaching hair requires lifting pigment from the hair shaft using chemicals like hydrogen peroxide and ammonia. The darker your hair, the more pigment needs to be removed. This isn't a one-step process. It involves careful timing, product strength control, and constant monitoring. In salons, professionals conduct strand tests, scalp assessments, and use bond-protecting additives to maintain hair integrity. But on social media, those critical steps are skipped. What's shown is a person applying bleach from roots to ends with no gloves, no prep, and no protection, followed by an aftershot of pastel pink or icy blonde. What's not shown? The smell of burning hair, the chemical scalp burns, the chunks of hair falling out in the shower. The truth is, bleaching is one of the most damaging things you can do to your hair, especially without proper knowledge. Hair is made of keratin, a protein structured in complex bonds. Bleach breaks those bonds apart. The stronger the bleach, or the longer it's left on, the more protein is destroyed. That's why improperly bleached hair becomes gummy, stretchy, or feels like straw. It's literally lost its internal strength. And once your hair's structure is gone, it can't be repaired. Not with any conditioner, oil, or viral hair rescue product. One of the biggest mistakes in DIY bleaching is overlapping bleach on previously lightened hair. New growth, or roots, need different processing time than the already lightened lengths. Professionals apply bleach strategically. Roots first, ends last, sometimes even skipping already processed sections. But DIY users often slap bleach all over, creating uneven color, extreme porosity, and irreversible breakage. Then there's the issue of scalp damage. Bleach is a harsh alkaline chemical. When applied directly to the scalp without protection or sensitivity testing, it can cause chemical burns. Users have reported red, blistered, and peeling scalps after leaving bleach on too long or using too strong a formula. In extreme cases, this leads to infection, hair follicle damage, and permanent hair loss. The risk is even higher for those with existing scalp conditions like eczema or psoriasis. Next are the at-home dye hacks involving household ingredients like food coloring, markers, Kool-Aid, or even acrylic paint. While these might seem harmless, especially compared to bleach, they carry their own risks. Many of these substances contain non-cosmetic grade dyes, which aren't tested for use on skin or hair. They can cause allergic reactions, scalp irritation, or unpredictable color results. Food coloring can stain your hair permanently, especially if mixed with acidic ingredients like vinegar, lemon juice, or alcohol. And markers or paints can introduce toxins not meant for skin contact, let alone for prolonged exposure on your scalp. Then we have the trend of using natural lightening agents, like lemon juice, honey, or cinnamon, to sun bleach hair. While this might sound safer, it still causes dryness, brittleness, and uneven tones, especially when used repeatedly or under direct sunlight. Lemon juice, for instance, lowers the pH of your hair and when exposed to UV rays, accelerates cuticle damage. What starts as a natural method can quietly destroy your hair's moisture balance and leave it more prone to breakage. The psychological pressure driving these trends is real. Bright, colorful hair is trendy. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are filled with users flaunting successful transformations. But these videos are heavily edited. Many creators are already trained in hair coloring or have salon access to fix mistakes off camera. Viewers trying to replicate these looks are often left with brassy tones, green or orange streaks, or hair so damaged it must be cut off entirely. It's also common for users to re-bleach their hair multiple times in a short period to reach lighter shades. What they don't realize is that hair has a limit. Repeated chemical lifting destroys the cuticle, leading to split ends, dryness, and scalp trauma. No amount of conditioning afterward can reverse the internal structural loss once the cortex is compromised. That's why you'll often hear people say their hair just started falling out, because it reached the point of no return. Let's talk about hair toners, another misunderstood tool in DIY coloring. Toners are used to neutralize unwanted tones after bleaching. Purple toner cancels yellow, blue cancels orange. But using toner without understanding hair levels, timing, or formulation can turn hair gray, purple, or green, sometimes unevenly. Worse, toners often contain peroxide or ammonia, which adds more stress to already fragile hair. What was meant to fix the color becomes another source of chemical overload. Then there are metallic box dyes, which contain metal salts that react with bleach or other dyes. If you've previously used a metallic dye and then apply bleach or another permanent dye, the combination can cause a violent chemical reaction: smoking, burning, and even hair melting. Most people don't know what's in their previous products or how long chemicals stay in the hair shaft. This ignorance leads to disaster. Even the environment you dye in matters. If you're in a poorly ventilated room, inhaling ammonia and bleach fumes can cause headaches, nausea, or respiratory issues. Using gloves and applying petroleum jelly to the hairline is essential to avoid staining and skin burns, but often skipped in casual at-home videos. Safety measures are seen as optional when they should be non-negotiable. So what happens if the damage is already done? You might start seeing breakage, hair that refuses to hold moisture, or thinning areas near the scalp. You might feel burning or stinging when shampooing. In severe cases, the hair simply falls out in clumps, especially near the crown or nape. At this point, you need professional help, not another DIY fix. Trichologists or dermatologists can assess scalp health, recommend medical treatments, and help you recover, slowly and with care. But here's the thing, not all hair coloring is harmful, when done correctly. There are semi-permanent color masks, deposit-only color conditioners, and plant-based dyes like henna, if pure and verified, that can offer safe options for those who want a temporary or gentle color change. Always conduct a patch test before applying anything new to your scalp. Read the ingredient list. Avoid mixing chemicals unless you understand what you're doing. And if you're unsure, ask a professional. Also, consider this. Your natural hair is not a flaw to be fixed. It's part of your identity, your health, and your story. Trends will come and go, but permanent damage can take years to undo. A fun change isn't worth the cost if it leaves you with regret, hair loss, or scalp trauma. So before you grab that box dye, mix bleach in your kitchen or rub vinegar and baking soda on your strands. Ask yourself, what's the rush? What's the risk? And what's the real reason I want this change? If it's self-expression, make it safe. If it's pressure, step back, because your hair deserves more than trends. It deserves protection, respect, and knowledge. Viral doesn't mean verified. Popular doesn't mean safe. And visible transformation doesn't mean long-term beauty. In the world of DIY hair dye, there are no shortcuts, only careful choices. Your hair isn't just a style, it's your crown. Don't bleach it away trying to chase someone else's version of beauty. Wear your color with pride, whatever shade that is. But let the choice come from confidence, not comparison. Because the truest beauty doesn't come from a bottle, it comes from how you care for what you already have. Point 8. Viral skincare layering and overuse of actives. The modern beauty world is obsessed with skincare routines. On TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, influencers showcase elaborate, multi-step regimens involving serums, acids, toners, essences, moisturizers, and more, all in rapid succession. The term glass skin or flawless glow is often used to describe the supposed outcome of these routines, while hashtags like skincare routine or number 10-step routine dominate social media. At first glance, it seems empowering. People taking charge of their skin, investing time and care. But beneath the surface lies a dangerous pattern of overlayering and overusing active ingredients, a silent beauty trend with real, painful consequences. Let's begin by understanding what skincare layering is. It refers to the practice of applying multiple skincare products, usually in a specific order, from thinnest to thickest consistency. The idea is that each product serves a purpose. Cleansing removes impurities, toners rebalance pH, serums deliver actives, moisturizers seal in hydration, and sunscreens protect against UV damage. In theory, when done correctly, this approach can maintain healthy, glowing skin. But when misapplied, especially when fueled by online fads, it can lead to skin barrier breakdown, chronic irritation, and long-term sensitivity. One of the most common mistakes is stacking too many active ingredients, especially those that exfoliate or alter skin chemistry. Acids like AHAs, alpha-hydroxy acids, BHAs, beta-hydroxy acids, and PHAs, along with retinoids, niacinamide, vitamin C, and peptides, are potent skincare ingredients. They work by resurfacing, brightening, or restructuring the skin. However, these actives were never meant to be used all at once every day, or by everyone. Take AHAs and BHAs, for example. Glycolic acid and salicylic acid are incredibly popular for exfoliating dead skin cells, clearing pores, and improving texture. But when used too frequently or combined without professional guidance, they strip the skin barrier, leading to redness, peeling, and a burning sensation. Many users layer multiple acid products, an exfoliating toner followed by an acid serum, then a peeling solution, believing more exfoliation equals faster results. In truth, they're causing micro tears and inflammation beneath the surface. Then comes retinol and its derivatives, powerful ingredients that increase cell turnover, boost collagen production, and treat acne or fine lines. But retinol can be highly irritating, especially in higher concentrations. When users combine it with exfoliating acids or vitamin C, the skin enters a cycle of inflammation and overcompensation. What follows is dryness, itching, purging, or even contact dermatitis. Social media rarely shows the recovery time, the weeks of raw, sensitive skin that make daily life uncomfortable. Vitamin C, a beloved antioxidant, is another misunderstood active. It brightens skin and protects against free radicals, but it's highly unstable and sensitive to pH. Layering it with niacinamide, AHAs, or copper peptides can render it ineffective or cause unwanted reactions. The pH conflict between products often leads to pilling, burning, or discoloration. Users wonder why their products stop working, unaware that their routine is chemically clashing. One of the most damaging examples of this trend is peeling solutions, often brightly colored liquids that users apply to the skin for exfoliation. Brands have gone viral for these peels, marketed as once-a-week miracle treatments, but users hungry for faster results start applying them 2 or 3 times a week or combining them with exfoliating cleansers and retinol. This leads to chemical burns, hyperpigmentation, and extreme sensitivity. Dermatologists report a surge in clients with self-inflicted skin injuries from overuse of these potent peels. Another trend involves layering serums with no clear purpose, just for the sake of adding more steps. One for hydration, one for brightening, one for firming, one for smoothing. But more isn't always better. When the skin receives too many competing signals from different actives, it becomes confused and inflamed. Instead of glowing, it breaks out. Instead of balancing oil, it produces more. The natural rhythm of skin, its renewal cycle, oil balance, hydration level, gets thrown into chaos. This is called skin barrier disruption. Your skin barrier is the outermost layer of your skin, responsible for keeping moisture in and harmful elements out. When it's healthy, your skin looks plump, calm, and clear. When damaged, it becomes red, itchy, flaky, and reactive to everything, even plain water. Overuse of actives, harsh cleansing, and constant layering breaks this barrier down. Many people then try to fix the problem with more products, ironically worsening it. Another often ignored aspect is skin purging versus irritation. Some actives cause purging, a temporary increase in breakouts as pores clear. But many people mislabel allergic reactions or burns as purging and push through the pain. What they think is the process working is actually a warning sign to stop. Influencers who claim it gets worse before it gets better often fail to mention the science behind what worse should look like and how to distinguish damage from detox. Also important is skin cycling, a practice recently gaining traction, which involves spacing out active ingredients to allow recovery days. This concept was developed to counter the harm done by aggressive routines, but it too is being misused. People copy skin cycling without customizing it to their skin type. Someone with sensitive skin may need only one exfoliating night per week, but ends up following a one-size-fits-all plan from an influencer and suffers as a result. And let's not forget the role of over-cleansing and double cleansing gone wrong. While double cleansing helps remove makeup and sunscreen effectively, overdoing it or using harsh cleansers twice a day strips your skin's natural oils. This leaves your face tight, dry, and vulnerable to breakouts. Combined with multiple serums, exfoliants, and retinoids, it creates a cycle of dehydration and overproduction of sebum, leading to more acne. The psychological burden of this trend is significant too. People feel pressure to match the flawless complexions they see online. They assume their 3-step routine is inadequate. They become obsessed with adding more products, fearing that skipping a serum will cause aging overnight. Skincare becomes a performance, not care, a daily stressor, not a healing practice. So how do we reverse the damage of overlayering and actives misuse? First, simplify your routine. A gentle cleanser, a hydrating moisturizer, and a broad-spectrum SPF are enough for healthy skin. Actives like retinol, AHAs, or vitamin C should be introduced slowly, one at a time, and only after patch testing. Listen to your skin. If it feels tight, stings, or breaks out, stop immediately. Don't rely on influencers' timelines. Your skin is unique. Second, learn to read ingredients. Many products contain multiple actives, even if they aren't marketed that way. Combining different serums without understanding what's inside them can lead to stacking the same ingredients in unsafe amounts. Keep a skincare journal. Track what you use and how your skin responds. Third, protect your barrier. Use products with ceramides, hyaluronic acid, panthenol, or squalane to restore moisture. Avoid alcohol-based toners, harsh scrubs, and fragranced products if your skin is irritated. Focus on healing before adding actives back. Fourth, consult a professional. A dermatologist or licensed esthetician can help create a customized plan that meets your skin's needs without risking damage. They can identify whether a breakout is acne, purging, or a reaction, and help you course correct before it worsens. Lastly, let go of the belief that more products equals better skin. Healthy skin isn't about layering 10 serums. It's about consistency, balance, and respect for your biology. Your skin doesn't need to shine like glass to be beautiful. It needs to breathe, rest, and be supported, not attacked. Your skin is not a science experiment. It's a living organ. It remembers everything you put on it, good or bad. Treat it with patience, not pressure. With education, not imitation. So before you layer on that next bottle of acid, ask yourself, am I helping my skin heal, or am I chasing a trend that might leave it damaged? The most powerful glow comes not from an overstuffed shelf, but from skin that's allowed to thrive, simplify, heal, protect. That's real skincare. Point 9. Viral body contouring tools and techniques. The pursuit of a sculpted, contoured body has exploded on social media. From jawline-defining rollers to stomach-slimming waist trainers, at-home cupping sets, lymphatic drainage massages, ice packs, fat-freezing belts, and muscle-toning electrical patches, countless tools and techniques are being marketed as easy ways to reshape your body without surgery, gym time, or professional help. These trends claim to reduce bloating, shrink fat, tighten skin, and sculpt the face or body in minutes. And yet, behind the flawless before and after reels and viral results lies a growing wave of medical warnings, physical harm, and shattered self-esteem. In this point, we dive deep into the viral body contouring tools and trends, examining their science, their dangers, and the psychological impact of chasing perfection in front of a screen. Let's begin with one of the most popular trends: waist trainers. These corset-style garments, often promoted by celebrities and influencers, claim to slim the waistline, improve posture, and sculpt an hourglass figure. Users wear them for hours at a time, sometimes even during sleep or exercise, to train their bodies into a certain shape. But what really happens when you squeeze your midsection that tightly? First, waist trainers do not melt fat. They compress your internal organs, pushing them upward and downward. This pressure can cause shortness of breath, acid reflux, and digestive issues. Over time, prolonged use may lead to muscle weakness, decreased lung capacity, and even misalignment of your spine. Any instant result is temporary, caused by water loss or compression, not a permanent change. Worse, this constant pressure can decrease core strength as your abdominal muscles stop engaging because the trainer is doing the work for them. Next are fat-freezing belts and ice packs, designed to mimic cryolipolysis, a professional procedure that uses controlled cooling to destroy fat cells. But the at-home versions are risky. These DIY methods often lack the precision to target fat without damaging surrounding tissue. Cases of frostbite, nerve damage, and skin necrosis have been reported from using ice or cold gels without medical supervision. People are literally burning their skin with ice, hoping to shrink fat cells. The logic is flawed, and the consequences are dangerous. Let's talk about jawline and face contouring tools. Rollers, gua sha stones, vibrating devices, and facial cupping sets. These tools are marketed to reduce puffiness, sculpt cheekbones, and sharpen the jawline. While gentle massage can increase lymphatic drainage and temporarily reduce fluid retention, it doesn't melt fat or change bone structure. What's worse is that improper use, too much pressure, wrong angles, or using them over inflamed or acne-prone skin can cause broken capillaries, bruising, and skin sagging. In some cases, facial massage done too aggressively can even relax key ligaments, leading to a droopy appearance over time. Now, consider lymphatic drainage massage, another viral technique claiming to reduce bloating and slim the face or body. While professional lymphatic drainage can be helpful in certain medical situations, like post-surgical swelling or lymphedema, it is not a fat loss method. The visible slimming effect is usually fluid redistribution, not long-term body change. Plus, performing this incorrectly at home, especially with pressure applied over lymph nodes, can result in bruising, irritation, or dizziness. People unknowingly force their bodies into unnatural detox states, thinking they're accelerating health or beauty when they're actually disrupting balance. Then there are electrical muscle stimulation (EMS) devices, marketed as ab-toning belts or butt-lifting patches. These gadgets claim to stimulate muscles and mimic exercise using small electric shocks. While EMS is used in physical therapy under professional guidance, at-home use for cosmetic results is misleading. The muscle contractions produced are nowhere near the intensity of a real workout, and overuse can cause burning sensations, cramps, and even electrical burns. More importantly, EMS does not reduce fat. You can't shock your way to a six-pack. Even more concerning is the rise of online scooping techniques, viral massage routines that promise to reshape the stomach, thighs, or arms using the hands or rollers. These often involve intense rubbing, pushing, or suction to move fat or melt it away. But fat cells can't be relocated by force. These massages only move fluid and create temporary swelling or redness, which gives the illusion of slimmer results. Long-term, this can lead to loosened skin, broken veins, and nerve irritation, especially in sensitive areas like underarms or inner thighs. Another misunderstood tool is dry brushing. Promoted as a way to increase circulation, reduce cellulite, and exfoliate skin, dry brushing can stimulate the surface, but its impact on cellulite or body contour is minimal. In fact, for individuals with eczema, sensitive skin, or keratosis pilaris, dry brushing can exacerbate inflammation, cause microtears, and lead to infections. The psychological damage of these trends is as severe as the physical harm. Social media portrays sculpted bodies as effortless, fast, and achievable from your bedroom. It normalizes discomfort in the name of beauty and sells suffering as self-improvement. People begin comparing themselves not to reality, but to filtered, curated, and surgically enhanced images. When at-home tools fail to deliver results, self-blame follows. Confidence plummets. Disordered body image develops, and in some cases, desperation leads individuals to unsafe practices, including self-injections, unregulated supplements, or extreme fasting. We must also confront the toxic marketing language surrounding these trends. Phrases like melt belly fat, instant facelift, or tone without effort play on insecurity and promote false hope. They tell people their natural bodies need constant fixing, that they must shrink, tighten, and freeze themselves to be lovable or successful. That is not empowerment. That is exploitation. So what works and what doesn't? True body contouring involves exercise, nutrition, hydration, and patience. Movement builds muscle. A balanced diet reduces inflammation. Sleep and stress management influence hormonal balance and body shape more than any roller or suction cup ever will. If you're seeking change, consult professionals. Dermatologists, licensed estheticians, and certified trainers can offer guidance tailored to your body, not a viral trend. And if you're happy with your body but feel pressured to enhance it, pause, reflect, and ask yourself, who benefits from your insecurity? Real body contouring isn't about shrinking yourself. It's about celebrating your shape and caring for your health. Trends will come and go, but your body is with you for life. Treat it with respect. Use tools that heal, not harm. Choose routines that restore, not exhaust. Because beauty doesn't come from bruising your skin, suffocating your waist, or shocking your abs. It comes from living fully, moving joyfully, and embracing the shape you're in. With gratitude, not guilt. Let your body be your home, not a battlefield for the latest trend. That's not just healthy, that's powerful. Point 10. Homemade and unregulated cosmetic recipes. In an era where natural beauty is trending and trust in commercial cosmetics is often questioned, millions of people have turned to DIY skincare and beauty recipes. Social media is flooded with tutorials showing how to create face masks, scrubs, lip balms, highlighters, and even mascaras using kitchen ingredients like honey, turmeric, baking soda, lemon, coffee grounds, essential oils, aloe vera, eggs, yogurt, and more. The appeal is strong. These concoctions seem natural, affordable, and customizable. Influencers and self-proclaimed skinfluencers make them look safe and effective. But the truth is, many of these recipes are scientifically unsound, unhygienic, and can lead to serious skin damage, allergic reactions, and infections. In this final point, we explore the health risks and the illusion of safety behind homemade and unregulated beauty treatments, and why you should think twice before putting kitchen ingredients on your skin. Let's begin with one of the most viral recipes, lemon and baking soda face masks. These two ingredients are praised online for their exfoliating, brightening, and acne-fighting effects. Lemon juice contains citric acid, and baking soda is a basic abrasive. People mix them and apply the fizzing paste to their face, claiming instant glow. But here's what really happens. Lemon juice is highly acidic, with a pH between 2 and 3. Your skin's natural pH is around 4.7 to 5.5. Applying lemon directly to your face disrupts the skin's acid mantle, a protective barrier that defends against bacteria and retains moisture. This can lead to irritation, dryness, and increased sun sensitivity. And baking soda? Its pH is around 9, far too alkaline for skin. While it may exfoliate dead skin cells, it also strips natural oils and destroys barrier function, leaving the skin vulnerable and inflamed. Some users report burning, redness, stinging, and long-term hyperpigmentation from repeated use of lemon-based DIY masks. In fact, photosensitivity caused by lemon juice can lead to chemical burns when exposed to sunlight, a condition known as phytophotodermatitis. What's promoted as natural and safe is actually one of the most damaging combinations for facial skin. Next, consider coffee grounds or sugar scrubs, frequently used for exfoliating the face or body. While they can remove dead skin, their rough texture creates micro tears, especially on the delicate skin of the face. These tiny cuts aren't visible, but can lead to inflammation, irritation, breakouts, or even scarring. The idea that if it feels like it's working, doesn't apply to skincare. Pain, redness, or tingling is not a sign of efficacy. It's a sign of barrier damage. Now let's talk about egg masks, especially raw egg whites. DIY enthusiasts use these to tighten pores or reduce oil, but the risks are significant. Raw eggs can carry salmonella, a bacterium that causes food poisoning. If you touch your mouth, nose, or eyes after applying a raw egg mask, or if you accidentally ingest it, you could become seriously ill. Moreover, proteins in raw egg whites can trigger allergic reactions or rashes, especially on broken or sensitive skin. The supposed tightening effect is mostly just dried protein film that offers no long-term benefit. Another common ingredient is turmeric, often mixed with yogurt or honey to reduce inflammation or brighten skin. While turmeric has anti-inflammatory properties, it can stain the skin yellow, cause allergic reactions, and irritate sensitive skin, especially when applied in large quantities or frequently. Many users end up with temporary discoloration, itching, or increased sensitivity after repeated applications. Essential oils are a major concern in DIY beauty. Many tutorials recommend adding drops of tea tree oil, lavender, peppermint, or citrus oils to homemade serums or moisturizers. While these oils have therapeutic properties, they are also highly concentrated plant extracts. Used improperly or undiluted, essential oils can cause chemical burns, contact dermatitis, photosensitivity, and respiratory irritation. For example, tea tree oil is effective in treating acne, but only in concentrations under 5%. Most DIYers apply it straight to the skin, risking severe irritation and even blistering. Then there are homemade sunscreens, promoted by natural beauty enthusiasts who distrust commercial SPF products. These concoctions often include zinc oxide, shea butter, coconut oil, and essential oils. But the problem is they lack tested SPF levels, water resistance, and broad-spectrum protection. Users falsely believe they're shielded from UV rays and end up experiencing sunburn, premature aging, and higher risk of skin cancer. No homemade sunscreen can match the rigorous testing and standardization of medically approved SPF formulations. Another risky trend is homemade makeup, including eyeliners, mascaras, and lip products. These are often made using charcoal, beet juice, coconut oil, or aloe vera gel. While creative, these recipes introduce uncontrolled bacteria, spoil quickly, and can cause eye infections, styes, allergic reactions, or clogged pores. The eye area is incredibly sensitive and prone to contamination. Once bacteria enter the eyes through mascara or liner, they can cause conjunctivitis, pink eye, or even corneal ulcers in severe cases. Let's not ignore the hygiene problem. DIY skincare often involves using fingers, kitchen spoons, or unsterilized containers. Without preservatives, these mixtures spoil quickly, especially when they contain water, fruit, dairy, or honey. Applying spoiled products to the skin can introduce mold, yeast, or harmful bacteria, leading to rashes, cystic acne, or infections. People don't realize their DIY mask isn't just natural, it's biologically unstable. Some molds and bacteria can't be seen or smelled but still cause harm. Then there's the issue of no regulation. Unlike commercial products, which are tested for stability, safety, and allergens, DIY recipes have no standardization. You don't know the pH level, the interactions between ingredients, or how your skin will respond. One person's miracle ingredient is another's trigger for eczema or rosacea. Skincare isn't universal. It's deeply personal and must be approached with knowledge, not kitchen guesswork. The emotional consequences are just as serious. Users who try a DIY recipe hoping for better skin and end up with worsened acne, burns, or irritation often feel betrayed, anxious, or ashamed. They may blame themselves, not the unsafe method. And when one homemade remedy fails, they try another and another, spiraling deeper into skin damage and misinformation. So why are these homemade beauty trends so popular? Because they feel empowering and accessible. The idea of taking beauty into your own hands, using ingredients you understand, and avoiding harsh chemicals seems noble. But natural doesn't always mean safe. Cyanide is natural, so is poison ivy. When it comes to your skin, the largest organ of your body, you need more than good intentions. You need science. What's the safer path? First, trust tested products. There are many gentle, affordable, and effective options on the market that are dermatologist tested and microbiologically safe. If you want to go natural, look for brands that use plant-based ingredients but still conduct proper safety testing. Second, if you do try a DIY method, keep it simple. Avoid citrus, baking soda, or anything raw that spoils quickly. Stick to soothing ingredients like oatmeal, honey, Manuka grade, or aloe vera from a trusted brand, not a leaf from your backyard. Always patch test first, use clean utensils, and store mixtures in the fridge for no more than 3 to 4 days. Third, educate yourself. Skincare is chemistry. Learn about pH balance, skin biology, and how ingredients interact. There are many science-backed skincare educators online. Follow them, not trendsetters pushing unverified hacks for views. Lastly, see a dermatologist if you're struggling with acne, hyperpigmentation, or skin sensitivity. DIY recipes cannot treat medical skin conditions. Professional advice is tailored to your needs and will save you time, pain, and long-term damage. Your skin deserves more than guesswork. It deserves care, protection, and respect. Homemade masks might seem fun, but your face is not a test kitchen. Don't risk burns, scars, or infections in pursuit of quick fixes. Trends fade. Skin damage lasts. Choose evidence, not experiments. Choose safety, not shortcuts. Because real beauty isn't about mixing the right kitchen cocktail. It's about understanding your skin, nurturing it gently, and making informed, confident choices. That's beauty that lasts. In the end, real beauty isn't found in trends, filters, or risky shortcuts. It's found in knowledge, self-respect, and protecting the body you live in. Choose health over hype, safety over speed, and always remember, the most powerful glow is the one that keeps you whole.